Now, who's rich and who's wealthy? The rich person is you selling all those houses, and you made X number of dollars for all the houses you sold based off your skill of selling houses. The wealthy person is the person who owns the system, i.e. the brokerage, because they're not out selling houses. They got you out there selling houses. And every time you make some money, they make some money. Now, the percentage that they get is less than the percentage that you get. However, let's say you made a sale and they made the agent, you makes $1 million, and your brokerage they get 100,000. So you made a lot more money than they did, 10 times more, but they have 49 more of you. They got 49 copies of you where they get $100,000 every time any one of you makes a sale. You get $1 million every time you make a sale. So all your money is based on what you do, whereas the person who owns the system, all their money is based on what the system does, and you are part of their system. So when you hear people talk about being rich and being wealthy, these are the two different ways it can happen. And one of the members of our organization, he had made waves and was in the news of our organization because he had made like $10,000 simply selling the product. He was just selling the product, and he was getting people to sign up, and he had made like $10,000 in like a month selling the product. And this is a big deal, because he didn't make $10,000 by building a team and getting people under him the normal way you build network marketing. He was just selling the product. And he made $10,000. Now it turns out he was doing some shady shit and ended up getting all rescinded. But during about a week or two period, he was the star of the organization because he had sold all these memberships and everybody's talking about him like, oh my God. Now I remember his upline was the same as my upline. Upline is basically the person above you in the organization who every time you make money, they get an override of your money. And the upline was this guy named Jamal. And they called his upline sponsor up to the front of the room. And because he's allegedly the guy, he mentored this guy to do what he did. And I remember they called Jamal up there, and the first thing Jamal said when he got up on the stage, he said, well, hey, I can't sell $10,000 worth of the product, but I can override all of it. And the whole room just exploded in laughter, because that was a very funny point for Jamal to make. And the point is, for those of you who don't understand what it means, I just explained it to you. Network marketing, when you have people underneath you, quote unquote, in the organization, every time they make money, you make money. So even though Jamal didn't have to do any of the selling, he got paid on every one of those sales that his downline person made. Anytime I made a sale, he got paid. Anytime that kid made a sale, his $10,000 worth of sales, Jamal made money. So Jamal didn't have to do anything. All he had to do was just exist, and he got paid on all those things. That's what overriding means. And it's the same that I'm saying here with a real estate brokerage and a real estate agent. Brokerage is overriding every sale. All right, so they're getting paid without lifting the finger. All they had to do is put a system together and let you go out there and do the work. And again, this doesn't make you wrong if you're out there doing the work. I mean, LeBron James ain't wrong for playing for the Lakers, but who owns the Lakers? All right, how they have enough money to pay everybody? They own the system. Okay, the system allows you to sell houses when you're in real estate. Person who owns the system can scale their business.